put farmers and food craftsmen around the globe out of work, destroy the environment, and even promote slave labor. Some of these fakeries are outright criminal, some merely immoral, and many not only legal, but supported by our government. Ironically, these foods often prey most heavily on consumers who are actively trying to eat better and healthier, as well as those with more rarefied tastes. Many fakes are found in the specialty foods sector, which for the first time in 2014 topped $100 billion in the United States. This category is rife with scams, including many foods viewed as healthier choices, as well as fancy cheeses, meats, oils, and other gourmet items. Whether or not you care about your health, economic justice, or the environment, if you simply care how your food tastes, this issue matters. When you've eaten something that lingers in your memory and leaves you craving more, when you've had one of those sublime meals where you lick your lips and exclaim, "Yum!" you've probably just tasted real food. And whenever there is a delicious real food, there is good chance someone is making a fake version. When I say fake, I mean fake, as in not what you think you are buying or eating. There are a lot of problems with how food is produced in this country, and if you want to be terrified by the horrors of industrial poultry production, or find out why your drive-thru meal contains so many ingredients you've never heard of, put this book down and read Omnivore's Dilemma, Food Inc., or Fast Food Nation. I'm talking about a massive industry of bait and switch, where you get something other than promised. I don't like industrial-produced supermarket beef, but it is in fact beef, and it lives up to that billing. But when the same drug-laden, artificially fed beef is passed off as natural, grass-fed, or pure, then it becomes fake. It is no longer what it claims to be. Fake foods are usually of low quality, but they are not fake because they are of low quality. They are of low quality because they are fake. The perfect example is Maine lobster, a real food that is delicious, coveted, and labor-intensive to shell, as anyone who has eaten whole lobster knows. That's why in New England, the popular lobster roll, basically a heaping mound of lobster meat on a bun, is one of the most expensive sandwiches you can find on a menu. So how can fast food chains sell lobster rolls for half the price or less? Simple. Their lobster rolls don't contain actual lobster, and it's legal. Welcome to fake food. Japan's restaurants may display fake food in windows, but inside there is plenty of real food to eat. On one trip years ago, I had the pleasure of tasting Kobe beef, which is perhaps the single most famous food Japan produces, one that has taken on mythical proportions. So I was perplexed when I returned to the States and found the Kobe beef on this side of the Pacific so dramatically different, lacking in both marbling and flavor, nothing like what I tasted in Japan. I decided to look into this and figure out why. It did not take me long to discover that for years the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, had banned the import of all Japanese beef without exception. The bottom line? All of the Kobe beef sold in this country, by chefs famous and anonymous, in $10 sliders or $300 steaks, was fake. All of it. End of story. Every single restaurant and store purporting to sell Kobe beef, or any Japanese beef, was lying, including some of the country's best-known chefs. When I wrote about this for my online Forbes column, it became the most widely read of hundreds of such columns, surpassing 1 million readers, and several years later it still gets thousands of new reads each month. I was amazed by the interest and furious passion I aroused on both sides of the issue. Many readers wrote in because they were outraged, justifiably, at having paid hundreds of dollars.